about the recent food inflation in Nigeria. Food inflation is basically the rise in the cost of essential food items relative to the previous price. It has two different meanings for developed and developing countries. In developed countries, the rise in food prices causes a small inconvenience, something to groan about for a while. For developing countries, an increase in the price of food items may lead people to not getting enough to eat. A data on inflation by NBS indicates that food prices rose to the highest level in more than 12 years, and it now costs Nigerians twice the average amount spent on food 5 years ago to purchase the same food today. I'll give you an instance. A bag of foreign rice, which was sold at an average of 14,500 as of May 2019, is now sold for an average of 30,000 naira. A 50 kg bag of Ijebu garri that sold at 7,200 in May 2019 now costs 13,700. A 25-litre keg of vegetable oil sold for 9,750 naira in May 2019 now sells for 14,625 naira. A piece of frozen fish, which cost 417 naira in May 2019, now sells for 625 naira. An egg which cost 30 naira per one now costs 80 naira. A kilo of meat which sold at 1,500 now sells between 2,000 to 2,500 naira. A measure of beans which was sold at 500 naira now sells 800 naira. The list goes on. The sad reality is that the price of virtually all foodstuff is rapidly increasing at an alarming speed, coupled with the security challenge facing the various regions in the country. It is safe to say that the country is sadly walking the path of imminent hunger. According to reports, inflation in Nigeria has reached 17.33%, which is said to have been driven by the COVID-19 pandemic. A drop in oil revenue, which is Nigeria's main export, a weakened naira currency, and insecurity. Following the statistics of the NBS, it is estimated that the country spent 54.51 trillion naira importing manufactured goods, mostly food and agricultural goods from 2016 to the first half of 2019 because our local farmers were dislodged by the murderous Fulani herders ravaging the land. It is also a known factor that oil is one of Nigeria's main exports. That is to say that if there is an increase in the price of oil, transportation prices also increases, and eventually food prices increases as well. The cost of food items in Nigeria skyrocketed to more than 20%, which has led to financial pressure on households already facing a shrinking labor market and a stagnant economy at the time of insecurity. While the prices of food items increases, income for most Nigerian homes remain the same, and in some cases even lesser, owing to the tough economic factors. According to the World Economic Forum, it shows that Nigerians spend more money on food than any other country in the world. Food takes up an astonishing 58.9% of Nigerians' income. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, food prices, which make up the bulk of the inflation, rose to 21.79% in February, which is a significant increase in 1.22 percentage points in January. The rise is attributed to increase in prices of major household commodities such as bread, cereals, fish, meat, vegetables, and fat and oils. Going by the 2019 Household Consumption Expenditure Report released by the National Bureau of Statistics, out of the 40.2 trillion naira on food and non-food items during the period, Nigerians spent 23 trillion naira on food alone, with the food consumption outside the home gulping 4.59 trillion naira. What does food inflation mean? With this latest inflation rate, it means that the purchasing power of consumers has worsened and the ability to afford the same quantity of food or services has reduced despite level income maintaining status quo. How will the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari mitigate the effects of these tough times on Nigerians? Will it be by passing favorable policies and suspending unfavorable ones in the meantime? Will relief packages be provided for most vulnerable in the society? Or will the administration, just as usual, carry on like everything is great and rosy for Nigerians? We will be watching.